Not your average tabletop. Woohoo!
Welcome to Not Trevor's Tabletop. I'm Zach,
And I'm Pepper.
and today we are reacting to the mega board game announcements that were on the Dice Tower Summer Spectacular today. So yeah, we're just gonna react to the games, kind of what our initial thoughts are, if we're excited about the games. Some of them, or most of them, I think, are like coming to crowdfunding
Mhm.
within the next couple of months. So I'm like, well, can be as excited as we want to be, but likely some of these games aren't going to be out for another year or so yet, which kind of sucks. But yeah, I think there's a few exciting ones in there for sure.
Yeah.
And if you want to also check out our video, we did a reaction to the Dice Tower Award nominations that just went out yesterday, so you can go check out that video if you want to see our predictions on that and let us know what your predictions are on which board game nominees are going to win each category.
Yes, and predict which of these games released this year will win awards next year.
Which will be top games.
And the Kickstarters this year that'll release next year will then win awards the year after that. If you get that
Exactly.
right, you win a lot of respect. But we are starting off, so a lot of companies will have the opportunity to share announcements with the Dice Tower. So we're just going through them. I think they have them in alphabetical order, pretty much. They're starting off with Allplay, and there are many announcements. You can see on the left there, they announced like finally delivering for. Maybe not finally. I don't know if it's been a while. That makes it sound like it's taken years and years. I don't know what it's been. But delivering on a bunch of games they kickstarted, and a couple of these games, a few new ones that will be coming out, I think in June, it said there. But definitely the bigger, more interesting ones for me would be Sail, Legacy, as well as Terrible Quest, actually. Looked somewhat interesting, something different. There you go. It always surprises me how tiny that box.
It is tiny, and it makes me wonder like how big this legacy box will be.
Yeah, just two of them.
I love the artwork on Sail Legacy,
Yeah.
and yeah, I'm excited about it. I wonder. I don't remember if they said too much about it. I think this one was one coming to Kickstarter in the next month or so.
Believe it was
So
July 8th.
okay, and yeah, so I'm excited about this one. I know some people are like, don't really have time for legacy games. I still love the idea of them, even if maybe I'm not getting some of them played that I do have actually. So probably have a lot to catch up on, but uh, I love trick taking, and at least this is a two-player trick taking game, and it works really well, I think. So uh, I just like the idea of that. Terrible Quest. I don't know that that sounded like the most exciting thing to me, but I do think I like that or prefer that over the games where you are cutting with scissors. You're just ripping
Um,
with your hands on this one. I think there's something about that that I like.
yeah, I think that there could be people that are really good at that, and I think there could be people that are really bad at that, and I don't know which one I would be. If you have nails, that might be an advantage or a huge disadvantage. But yeah, trying to rip things off to get certain symbols on the same piece, it's interesting. It's different for sure.
hmm
Yeah, I
And then
think.
that Alibis game, the Dice Tower, I saw actually played that one, and I think this is one you would really like, Pepper.
Ooh, really?
It
I did
makes me
not.
think of So Clover because you have
Ooh.
like these. I think maybe I don't know. It's probably based on player count. I think in their game they had nine kind of people that could have done the crime, and they each have like a word on them, and you get given two of them. Each player gets two of them. They kind of have to give a word that connects those two, and
Okay.
then everyone else guesses which ones they think each player has. And if anyone gets both of yours right, it's a cooperative game, and you're trying to get rid of these flame tokens. Could just be anything. You're just getting a score essentially. But yeah, if at least one person gets both of yours right, you get a point for that. And then for every person that guesses the one thing that wasn't, so like there's going to
Oh,
be
yeah.
one extra one that no one had. For everyone that gets that, you get like 3 points. So
Ooh.
cool little party game. It made me think of Soul Clover a little bit.
Yeah, yeah, I like that. The pairing of words. Okay, I'm glad you looked into that because I am interested. in that. So Clover is one of my favorite, definitely maybe my favorite party game of all time. So yeah, it's got my interest. Oh boy, going to be spending a lot of money. We're going to be buying almost every one of these games. And then we move on to Bitewing Games. Great logo there. Got to enter that into our favorite logos, tier ranking, a
That's
series of
true.
videos. They announced, so they have these kind of two-player abstract strategy kind of games, a series of them. They're currently shipping some from their previous Kickstarter or whatever it was, and they've got a couple more. We got Moitura and Azure coming out. When does that come out? Quarter 3 of 2025. And you can see from the designers of all those great games, apparently very good two-player game designers. So I like the covers of both of these a lot. And I just think there's not getting those types of games played very much. Two-player games are great. We play a lot of them, but we usually we have a couple abstract strategy games, and I think that's probably enough because they're not your favorite type of game or anyone
Mhm.
else's, but I enjoy them.
Yeah, and it sounded like the two before this, I think it was Iliad and something else. I don't remember. There are two that came in this line of games before this. I think have been pretty well reviewed by people that have played it. It sounded like. So I am interested in these. So yeah, I'm hoping that they will be really, really great games. But yeah, I wonder if they'll all feel like these really abstract strategy style games, or um, if maybe they'll have something a little bit different to them, possibly.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yep.
excited about both of these as well.
Yep. But not as excited as you are about the next one from Board and Dice. We've got Tianxia, however you say that. It's from Tassini and Petrelli. It's a T series game, pretty much. I don't know if it's officially, but to us, anything from him and with this company starting with T, it's a T series game. And you love
Yeah, yeah. I think this one has the chance to be an amazingly great game. I know a lot of their games do tend to be a little bit heavier. So as long as it kind of still is approachable in play, maybe you just have a lot going on, but it's still
it.
easy enough to kind of understand things. And maybe it's one of those where it's like, okay, this game, I'm going to focus on mostly these couple areas because it looks like it's one where you're going to have kind of things going on all over the board, and you maybe can't focus on everything. I feel like I don't know. I think most of their games kind of have that where you can't necessarily focus on everything.
Yeah.
Maybe don't want to ignore something completely, but
Yeah.
yeah, I'm excited for this one. It looks like a could be another really solid hit from them. And they said this was I'm pretty sure I saw them say like earlier on like this was the year of the T series and things that they were doing and stuff. So I think they had teased a new game coming, and I don't know if this one was it or if there's still another one. But yeah, I'm excited for this one.
Yeah.
Probably a lot more than you are.
I really do love Tekkenu. It's probably your least favorite of the T series games, sadly, because that is
I
my
haven't gotten
favorite.
back to that one as much.
And Teotihuacan is actually like really approachable for being as scary as it was for going into it. I was delighted to see that I could actually grasp it and enjoy it. So I think they do. They just know how to make these games. So I'm not too afraid of this one. A little bit, but not too afraid. And I think that was for August. I guess I don't know if they kickstart. I just have August written here for this. I'm not sure if that'll be available then
Do they kickstart
or if it'll
games?
be a crowdfunding. I don't know.
I think
I'm not
they
sure.
recently crowdfunded like a
Yeah,
Teotihuacan
like a
like
new edition,
special
maybe.
edition. I don't know if they've ever crowdfunded just their initial game of it. So
Okay.
I don't think so. So maybe it will be. That would make sense because that is Gen Con time. So that this might be a Gen Con release.
Yep.
Possibly. Possibly. I don't remember if they said.
Yeah. Speaking of new additions, we got CGE with a new
Where are the
move.
pigeons?
No pigeons here.
Wow.
I've turned on the pigeons. But we got Codenames back with a new look, kind of re-releasing these. I don't know if there's like new content for anything here. Just a new look is all that I know mainly, and it's a classic game, and it's no surprise. It feels like it's probably been. Oh, I mean, the first version I think looks really good, and it's not in need of a new face, but it's been a long time actually, so I'm surprised it's just now getting it.
Yeah, yeah, maybe yeah, it might have been a certain amount of years that they were like, okay, we're gonna do it this year kind of thing. Um, but yeah, it's probably one of their best selling games, even though they CG has a lot of good, well selling games. So, uh, but yeah, it's probably overall one of their best ones because you could sell this to the masses. And I think yeah, this is maybe just a way to just for people that haven't bought it yet, maybe this art style is something they'll like a little bit more because it's very solid art. So.
Yeah, for
Uh,
sure.
yeah,
Yeah. And then we go on to Elzra with a new Catacombs starter set, which is compatible with everything of, I think, third edition Catacombs, that and its expansions. But I think this, obviously, starter set, you can just start with this. And I've always had some interest in the flicking of Catacombs, so. I don't know if I'd get this or just go to a previous starter set. I would probably have to look it up, see what is liked the most, but there's more if you want more.
yeah. I feel like I've just recently started seeing some things about Catacombs. I think they currently have a Kickstarter running or something? Because I feel like I've seen some stuff recently, and I was like, I feel like I've heard the name, but I haven't really seen much of it. But yeah, Flicking Game has me interested. We just pretty much have the one. Do we only have Sonora, or do we have another Flicking Game? Why do I feel like we maybe have another? Oh, Ice
Yeah,
School,
like,
I guess, is kind of,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
but. But yeah,
yeah,
I like Sonora quite a bit, so
yeah,
would be would be cool if we had one more, really solid one.
yes. Although you buy one more and it snowballs, and then you got 20.
And then you got 20 flicking games. That's all you got.
20 flicking game. And from Phantom Horizon, they
Speaking of flick,
yes, it was too. It's the year of the flick. So they have, well, first the non-flick. They have Solarion, which sounds like one of my Onirim Oniverse type of game names. It's gotta be close to one of them, but that one looks cool. It's got alien meeples. I really like those. On those tiles there, what I get, you're going around conquering these different things. Very space conquering seeming of a game. And then you have Phantom Division at the bottom, which has a really cool looking like 3D board with these walls between the tiles and little doors that slide up and down, crates, different things like that. Move around, try to sneak through things, I assume. But the big part of the game, I'm guessing the whole selling point. It's probably just like a little tiny part of it. On the right there, you can see you have these cards, and I think you'll get a prompt to like cut one wire before the other, and you're flicking a disc to then knock the little marker off of that wire. And that's how defusing bombs, lock picking, all that stuff. That's how it should be done in games from now on.
it is a very cool way to do and show that. I think when they had like an example kind of video or something, and it just hilarious because it was like perfect shot after perfect shot. I'm like, yeah, I've played Crokinole once, and I know about how well this would go for me. But yeah, it's an interesting concept. I think I was maybe more interested in the gameplay of a Solarian a little bit more than that the rest of the Phantom Horizon when you're moving around. Um, there's just something I don't remember exactly what it was. I think they like picking up cards and stuff,
Mm.
and then like was there like a line of sight kind of thing? Because at first I thought
Um,
like because they were like discs, and I was like, are they going to be flicking them through doors to hit the
ooh,
people and stuff? But then it did not look like that's what it was, and there was maybe some like line of sight possibly and stuff, and I'm like, I don't always love that personally, so
yeah,
um, but the flicking piece seems cool. Hopefully it'll
yeah,
be a solid game, and I'll be wrong. Maybe it'll be cleaner than I'm imagining it.
Yes. Yeah, hopefully. And we go on to Dire Wolf, which they announced things for two other games. We don't have it here, but Dune Imperium Digital is going to be getting the what expansion? One of those expansions. What do we got here? It is
Is it Rise?
Immortality.
Nope, I was gonna say
Immortality.
Rise of Ix, and I was gonna be wrong.
No, no, no. Immortality expansion is coming to digital, I think next week, they said. And they are focusing on doing digital first content that will eventually be brought to the physical realm of actual board games. So that's pretty cool. Probably a good way to test new things as well. But then the big thing here, and more exciting for me at least, is Clank Catacombs Underworld, maybe the second or third expansion
I think it
for
was a second.
Catacombs. Yes, so you're going deeper and deeper, and you have a separate little board here of the red stone, the nether, and it looks pretty cool. I always love Clank. Every single version of it that I've played. I've only played Catacombs once, and it wasn't like groundbreaking to me. I love the original Clank. I never got tired of it, so I'm probably not as hyped about Catacombs as others were, where they think it like just revitalized the series. I wasn't bored of the other one, so this is just another Clank. And I don't think you have Catacombs. Do you have an expansion for it yet?
I do not, but I from the looks of this one, this would maybe be the one I would get. I like
Yeah.
the idea of having like this secondary board that you like go into to try to do additional things. I like the idea of that quite a bit actually.
Yeah.
And yeah, this one sounded interesting, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see if it needs to be added on there or not. I was originally thinking as they started talking about it, I'm like, are they gonna do Clank Catacombs Legacy already? I was wondering if that's what they were going to do, but that was not what they were going to do.
That
At
could
least
be
not as of now that I know of. But
that could be really cool. That could be really cool. The tiles, customize those. Ooh, that'd be awesome. And also
but
next, this is going to be 10 years of Clank. So
that's what I was going to say. So
having some surprises,
maybe,
hopefully.
maybe. I mean, the way they said it, it maybe just sounded like only like a 10th anniversary edition of Clank is my guess, but it might have been hinting at more, possibly. Who knows? If
Yeah.
maybe they will have Legacy 3,
And four and five. They've been
possibly.
working, building it up all these years.
I guess I don't know. Haven't heard as many people talk about number two yet, and I have not had a chance to play the second one yet myself. So we'll
Dang.
see. We'll see.
Hopefully it's good. Then we move on to, I think,
Oh
another.
wait, 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 whoa, whoa, whoa,
Whoa,
whoa, whoa!
whoa,
Go
whoa,
back to
whoa, whoa.
another thing you don't have in here, Pepper, and the reason alone that I'm thinking of driving down to Gen Con, even though it's a long, long, way too long drive. Lightning Train.
Lightning train. Oh, yeah, that's right. I wrote it off because I think they played it on the Dice Tower.
Or they're going to.
Oh, old. Oh, going to. Well, then it's not old news. Yes,
See,
lightning
I don't.
train.
They must not have known when it was going to be filmed because in their video, I think they did say they played it a couple days ago, but they did not actually play it a couple days ago. I think it no that's I think going to be played tomorrow or the next day. So I am interested. We'll see if I change my mind, but I feel like I could really I like train games, and it sounds like that could be a lot of fun. We'll see.
Yeah, yeah. I'm interested in that too. They have only good games, so
they they've got really great games. That's why I'm so excited about it. And I'm like, I hope it doesn't let me down. That's why, like all the rest of this, I get it. People are probably really
yeah.
excited, but to me, I'm like, ooh, new game,
Okay.
Lightning Train.
Yes, I agree. I'm decently excited for that too. Ooh. And then
Yeah,
we move
I think
on.
that was already known though, so that's
Yeah,
probably why it wasn't really announced. Like,
yeah. Old news. Yeah, I knew about it years and years ago. Then we had a kind of, I think this is self-published here, the game Everbeasts, card game, and I didn't pay too close attention, so I can't explain all the rules, but it looked like they went through a good explanation of how the game is played, and I think they actually have kind of pictures of the rules, little, I don't know, kind of probably not going too deep into it, but probably can get a good idea. I think on their Board Game Geek site. I like the
Hmm.
look of it. I like the popping of the colors. I like the name. So this one's, I don't know how big it's going to be, but if I see it somewhere sometime, I could definitely see picking it up.
Yeah, I like the artwork on this one because of how the colors pop quite a bit, and it looks like there's maybe not. I I also kind of did not listen as closely on this one. Just I mean, coming off of ones that I was really excited about, not knowing anything about, not meaning that it's a bad game or anything, but yeah, like you said, I think it was self-published. Didn't know anything about uh, the designer or anything, but
Mhm.
yeah, it looks really good, and hopefully it's a solid game.
Yeah. And then we go on to Grail Games. I couldn't find, how is there not a picture of Fantasy Brewers cover out there somewhere? It looks like it's going to be a great cover. It's a great name, and it's a great designer from one of my favorite games. I have it. I have like three boxes of Colorado somewhere in this house, but none within arm's reach.
Yeah,
Uh,
I don't either.
right over there.
It
Dang.
used to be over here, but I think it's over on the other side of the table now. So
But Michael Schacht, the return of Mike. Fantasy Brewers is
Big Mike.
definitely the big announcement here that I'm excited about. Age of Civilization, they're kind of reprinting that. I think it's from a different company, and now Grail Games will be making a new version of it or just making it available again. You have actually, I was on your Board Game Geek account when I was getting these. You have played Age of Civilization.
I have played it. It's been many, many years since I've played it. I think Zach and Carson have it, and I don't remember anything in particular about it personally. Uh, but that was also like it's been a long time. It was uh somewhat early on in my board game career, so I don't know if I'd have different thoughts on it now. Was my rating not very good? I'm
I think it
guessing it
was
wasn't
like
very
a
good.
six or something.
Yeah, I feel like I didn't love the game, but that was also I think a while ago that I played it. But
I've only seen it from
yeah,
far away, but this cover is actually really nice. I like it a lot.
it actually is a better cover than I had originally thought it was. But yeah, I am very excited about Fantasy Brewers as well. I'm hoping that will be an amazing game. Love Colorado. We just need Colorado Big Box, which is what this is, I'm sure.
Yeah, and I believe they're gonna have that at Essen. Um,
Oh boy, that means probably won't get it here until like 2026.
gosh.
Although some of them, I feel like they go to Essen and then they just drag their feet, or no one wants to publish it in the U.S. I think Grail Games. I think they'd be U.S. I don't know.
I think
Maybe they're
so.
not. I don't know.
I
Who
think so.
knows?
I think so. The guy didn't have an accent that I remember, so I assume so.
Why did I seem to
Maybe,
remember him having an Australian accent?
maybe he did. Oh yeah, it might have been Australian accent. I don't know.
Just
That's
making things up about him.
that's the memory. That's the memory there.
Losing it.
I thought he had a beard. Oh boy, and a very blurry picture. Could not get a picture of this either because it looks like it's going to be a really cool cover for the 15th anniversary of Ascension, game that I have not played.
Did
Had
you see I
some,
played this one too?
you did play it. Do you like it? Would I like it?
I think I played a phone app version of it.
Okay, okay.
My coworker actually, I think this was one of the games she's played quite a few times. I think it's like one of her few like modern board games.
Oh, cool,
So
cool.
so it tracks an audience. At
Yeah.
least I'm guessing this was one I think came out many years ago because I think they were talking about how they were going to have a crowdfunding thing. Could be your last time ever to get like all the content, all the promos. That was this one, right? Foil cards and all that. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh boy, talk about like $1,000 to get it all.
Yes,
But
that's
I think
on
it's a
the
pretty popular one.
yeah,
You'd probably like it. You tend to
yeah.
like kind of the
Deck building.
deck builder style games, so
Yeah. Yeah.
I I would think you'd probably like it.
I should get the app. I should try the app and see if I like that and see if I want to get this fancy version with all that foil for for $2,000. Oh boy, off the page, off the charts amount of projects here. Um, oh boy, is he interested in any?
Yeah, I'm really interested in Quarter of Discovery. I already was before when I almost backed it, did not pull the trigger, but it's kind of got a Minesweeper like gameplay, from what I remember. And I think the Dice Tower actually played this one. I did not watch the gameplay of it, but I think they played this one today, and they're spectacular. Um,
Yep.
but yeah, I've actually seen it on Game Nerds, and it's gone in and out of my cart a few times, so may
Okay.
eventually end up in there. I think I saw like almost all these expansions on there too. Uh, but yeah, then that adds up to a little bit more of a pretty penny when you start adding all of them.
Yeah.
So not sure.
Yeah.
But then the Grendel game, I'm pretty excited about that one.
That looks
I
pretty cool.
I
It
like the
looks,
look of it, and then it looks like it's kind of got like a Merchant's Cove. I don't know why. I'm just saying Merchant's Cove. I guess you could also say like a route,
oh,
where
yeah.
every player's kind of got their own thing that they're doing.
Yeah.
But it didn't look too complicated. I know I was a bit disappointed by Merchant Cove when I played it, so I'd hope that it doesn't suffer that same thing. I don't know that it was necessarily the asymmetry that did it for me with Merchant Cove. I think it was just maybe no like good hook for me. But
Mm,
this one I really loved the whole art look of it. I think all their games come from, well, maybe running out of time does too. I don't know, but I think all their games come from like different comic book lines. So
yeah.
um, that's probably why it's such great artwork.
Yeah.
Just like Core Discovery, I think that's really great artwork too.
Yeah. Yeah, I totally agree with everything you said. I'm mainly excited for those two games, but the other one looks kind of cool as you're kind of playing the game, fixing the game. Very story driven though, which I don't think we're as into.
Yeah.
And then we have a Nerdlab, which well, they have an expansion for Agent Avenue that they've said they're working on. They're coming to that, and Final Titan is also coming out as well. We actually covered Final Titan in our recent not Try Before You Buy, Take My Money. I think that was on there as a
Was it?
project currently, or there were a couple Titan games. Maybe it wasn't Final.
There
Maybe
were.
it's two different Titan games. I'm not sure. We'll have to check.
I think there were two Titan games, but I don't even know if
It
this
might
was
not have
one of
been
them.
that one. It might not have been. Because I'm like, that doesn't, because it was Garfield, Richard Garfield. I'm like, I don't remember seeing his name.
Oh
Yes,
no,
I did.
you're right. You're right. It
Okay.
is
Okay.
Nerdlab Games. It's got 3 days left. Uh,
Okay.
so it's got 2,000 backers. So yeah, if you want that one, gotta backer now. Maybe
Yes.
they'll have late backing. I don't know. Um, but yeah,
But
Mindbug King of Tokyo, a crossover
yes.
that everyone
Hey.
wanted.
Yes. I don't know what Mind Bug's like. So I don't know how much I should be interested in that. I like King of Tokyo. I really love King of Tokyo Duel, so that's kind of where I'm getting my Monster Mayhem these days. But maybe that'll be something just as great. I don't know.
Yeah, I've been interested in Mindbug because it seems to pop up every now and then, but I just haven't put the time into looking into it more. So yeah, if you know much about Mindbug, love the game, let us know in the comments below. Kind of maybe a little bit more about the game and uh, what makes you love it.
Yeah.
But yeah, Agent Avenue, I think that's nominated for Dice Tower Award,
Yeah.
and I think it was a recommendation by the Spiel. They said
Oh
Spiel
yeah.
des Jahres.
I
So
really like that cover.
yeah, so I gotta try it out because I don't know anything about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
We got Mindwork Games, we got Pyradice, the game. I really like the artwork and stuff in this one, but I think this was maybe it said it was for board gamers, war gamers. I
Yeah.
feel like it was maybe leaning more war gamers, is what it kind of seemed like. Say, didn't they break out rulers and stuff?
think so, yes.
So I'm like, ooh, I really like the look, but I just don't think this one's quite for me because yeah, it's just not my style of game. Maybe I'll be totally wrong, and people will be like, "Wow, this is not just for war gamers. This is a great game for all."
Yeah.
But that scared me off a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, it could be the one that kind of bridges the gap. I mean, there's a lot of
Mhm.
games that can introduce people to things that they usually would shy away from, and hopefully, this is a great one for that type of game, for war games, to maybe be a hybrid of sorts for everyone to enjoy. Because it looks really good. I want to play the game because of the way the board looks and the components, but yeah, just gameplay, not sure if it's gonna be right for us.
Mhm.
And next up, we have Mighty Boards, bringing a couple games here. We have Red North, which looks really cool, and I really like that name.
Mhm.
Really can see when it's releasing there, and a deluxe edition of Art Society, which I have not played, so I don't know how deluxe the original is.
Is Art Society on Board Game Arena?
It might be. You will have to look it up, but you can see it's
Let me
coming to
check.
Kickstarter in the summer, and
Doesn't
they
look like it.
have another game, which is what? What's their other game that we have played? Uh,
Rebirth.
it's Rebirth. Yes, I was thinking that one should be getting the treatment, but I guess that's you did just play that the other day, and I
I
have
did just
not
play it.
played
It's pretty deluxeified already.
it. Okay, but
It's pretty nice.
you said art. It's all about the looks. Shouldn't it already be deluxeified? I agree, but this looks pretty cool. I guess I don't know what they're talking like. Oh, wooden gavels and shiny frames and things like that. I'm like that. It's a really good theme to deluxify a game for. So I'm excited to see what it looks like. I don't. If it's a good game, I'll have to do research. I might pick up a deluxe version depending on price.
Interesting.
But Red North,
Yeah.
I don't know anything.
I'm probably a little more interested in Red North, even though don't know much about it at all. But yeah, I think a lot of people have liked Art Society. I'm just surprised because I think it's still a pretty new game. Like, I don't think it's that old. Let's see what year.
Man, what's that? Way back.
2023.
2020.
So
It's like I was thinking it's got a 3 in it. I'm like, was it 2013? I'm like, that would be a very old game. So
it's a
2023.
7.5 rating, and it's by uh, Martin Wallace's son, Mitch Wallace II. I don't think it's actually his son. Uh,
Could be. We don't know.
but yeah, I don't know.
Don't think
That's the
we
only one he's got on his thing for
know.
games, published games. So,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. We will see. I probably am more interested in Red North. It looks cooler, this, but I know people love art, so art society, so there's that.
mhm.
And next up, we had Paradise earlier. Let's see if Pyradice, however you say it. It's like pyramid and dice, but it's also paradise. It's a very clever name. Um, and yeah, this one looks like a very approachable game. You got that huge stack of dice that you can make an even huger stack if you get two copies and you combine them into a bigger stack and play with 3 or 4 players. And then it looks like it's like 60 dice and just this huge
I was
monster.
gonna say when they showed that, I was just like, that just looks like someone put absolutely no effort into it. They just, here's 100 dice, so throw them onto the table, is what it pretty much looked like. But I get that. I think it was still looking sort of stacked up and stuff, but it just looks like a huge pile of dice. And I'm just like, I'm not even really seeing the pyramid anymore, but okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so you're drafting them. I think it's you have to kind of work your way through the layers of dice. Like it has to have 3 sides open, and you're drafting the dice, putting them in your pyramid. And a cool thing is, like on the sides of your pyramid board, they have different abilities or objectives that can change and flip out from game to game. So each one can kind of have a different flavor. I'm guessing it doesn't change the game too much, but a different flavor each time. So I like that, and I'm pretty interested in this one. This just seems like a good, safe filler game that I could just pick up, play with anyone. It should be approachable, and this is like the kind of game that I'd get for Mac, and I'd be like, "Oh, here you go. It's something you might like. It seems like something she might like." But then I also get to play it. And we see how
Yeah,
the pyramids are built. Look at that. It's just one guy carrying a huge slab. The mystery solved.
mystery is solved. Yeah, I like the look of this one quite a bit, and I agree with your thoughts on this one. Hopefully, it's kind of one of those, maybe not even necessarily filler, but just a step above that and kind of
Yeah.
approachable game. Yeah, I think my only thing is I know we're going for like a pyramid look, but why in all these pyramid and whatever type games, why do we always have to have dice that are just all brown and blah? Have some colorful dice.
Yeah.
We're already in Paradise.
They gotta be
Need
realistic.
some greens and blues.
Oh, that would be. I don't know. I don't know if I'd want those bright colors. I don't like it. I
Yeah, I
don't
don't
think
know.
so.
It probably wouldn't fit.
But it can be hard, and sometimes it can be really hard to tell them apart. These look like they're different enough, or else they are very close, and I'm actually missing some. But they look different enough. Not as bad as some other game where it was not good. Um,
To let him. Oh,
I might have, yeah, I think so.
to
So
let him. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, hit the road, Jack.
exactly. And we move
The
on
game's
to
amazing.
okay. So there we go. The compliment with every slap, every smack comes with a compliment pat on the back. And then we have the final entry, the final reckoning, you might call it. It is a Realm of Reckoning from IV Studio. This is just the big hype. This is the new big hype. Come on, always was that guy, and now it's going to be IV Studios. And I'm just starting to hate them, always cranking out these beautiful looking games. No, they always have things in them that I don't like negotiation or just higher player count type of mechanisms. I'm like, you're making these great looking games, and then you're making them ones that I don't really feel are right for my group. So that's always a little disappointing. But you say you have played, you say, I don't trust you, but you say you have played, what is it?
Fractured Sky.
Fractured Sky, and you like that one a lot. So.
I like it a lot, and I think Abby. I think they did Tend, right? I
Yeah.
think Abby actually bought that one. She's never bought a game before on Kickstarter at all. Bought that one because that is another thing they do decently well, and maybe almost to the point of spamminess when they run their campaigns. But I feel like I always get YouTube ads and a bunch of Facebook ads, and they caught her attention. She's like, "Wow, this looks really cool." So I think that's supposed to be delivering sometime soon. So I'm looking forward to trying that one as well because I almost backed it myself, but didn't. So I'm
Yeah.
glad she did. But yeah, I agree. I think they just like high interaction games.
Yeah.
That's something they tend to like because when they were talking about like, oh, you're trying to control this area and this area, I'm like, this sounds a lot like what Fractured Sky was in that way. So I'm not sure, but what this was the one where it was like you were getting like resources and they were different points depending on certain things, right?
Yeah, I think you kind of vote and control different areas, and based on kind of what you build or what you choose, there'll be different scoring mechanisms throughout the game. So sometimes they say, like, sometimes coins will be what you score, and sometimes they'll be completely worthless the next time around, or sometimes you want an area control aspect, sometimes maybe a set collection or something like that. So I really like that. That sounds very cool and very
I know.
unique and innovative, but.
Yeah, it just
I guess I
sucks
don't
that it
know.
sounds like a game that's probably best with more players.
Yeah.
And has a high level of interaction, and that can sometimes turn some players off. I don't think high interactive games are Michaela's favorite. Uh, but yeah,
No.
great artwork, great production, like they always have.
Yeah.
A great looking box. They usually have pretty cool titles, I think, too, in
Yeah.
their games.
Yeah.
But yeah, I am excited for this one, but I don't know if I'll actually end up backing it or just hope to maybe get it played someday.
Yeah. Someday they will have one perfectly suited for us.
They did have a two-player one in their last campaign, I think, and I was tempted.
Ooh.
I think that was them, or was that another company? I think it was Pillars of something.
Oh,
I don't
maybe.
remember.
Maybe.
I may be misremembering.
And I never knew.
But yeah, that is all the games we're reacting to. Let us know in the comments below if you are excited for any of these. Like I said, I think a lot of them will be coming to some form of crowdfunding, so it may be a while before we see a good chunk of them, but now you are aware of them. I think several of them were at least like within the next month or so that they were at least
Yeah,
launching.
yeah,
So yeah, I think some of them might have some like uh, remind me kind of notifications on GameFound or Kickstarter, so you can go check those out. But otherwise, if you like the video, give us a thumbs up, subscribe for future videos, and as always, don't forget to keep on nibbling on our content.